Happy Thanksgiving, Eagle fans, and welcome to the golden years of Eagles football. Dallas still stinks. You're right the way, Dingbat here, and welcome to the Victory Celebration Room, better known as my garage, where we come out to smoke a victory cigar every time the Eagles win, which is just about every week for the last 2 years. Now, we can't smoke in the house like we own the place, because if we do, the wife will double moonwalk my ass, and you'll find me sitting in a gutter somewhere in my own blood and urine. So we come out here, we light up a cigar, and we talk about the Eagles. We relax, we chill out, we come down after a huge game. I think pause. Now, as in every cigar video, I always like to dedicate the cigar to those who I think deserved it, okay? And today, I got a few people. One, Jalen Hurts. Man, all I could say is winner. Jalen Hurts, MVP so far. Number 2, the whole entire defense. The defense shut out the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half. They deserve, all of them, a shout out. And specifically, one Kevin Byard, who I think had his best game as an Eagle. And also, DeAndre Swift. For 3 quarters, DeAndre Swift was the best player on the field. When the Eagles are going to treat him like a number 1 running back, I don't know. But DeAndre Swift was absolutely awesome today, okay? We got a lot to talk about. So without further ado, let's light this bad boy up. I love it. Mark Holmes season, Mark Holmes Thanksgiving going right down the shitter. It tastes so good. It tastes so good when it touches your lips. Oh, that is fantastic. Now, I gotta say this. There are times when you need to talk about the good things your team does, talk about the bad things your team does, and there's a time to acknowledge all those things. But for me tonight, this isn't about focusing on the things that we need to work on or the negatives or anything like that. Listen, Eagle fans, listen. Your team is 9-1. 9-1. They have been in first place for 28 straight weeks. That's unheard of. And they just went into Kansas City, played the best quarterback in football, okay? Come on, Lake. They played the best quarterback in football. And they won in Kansas City, the Super Bowl champs. A guy that never lost a home game in November. And they won. They won. It is time for us Eagle fans, at least on this night, at least tonight, maybe through Thanksgiving, maybe till Thursday. It's at least time for us to say, you know what? We're going to enjoy where we're at. We're going to enjoy this run, because I'm telling you right now, the Eagles are in the golden era of Philadelphia Eagles football. This is it. And there are many championships coming. Many. You know, this kind of game tonight, this is like Brady Manning's type stuff. This is like, you know what I mean, what it was like to watch Brady versus Manning, Marino, Elway, you know, where you're watching great quarterbacks play, and you know, and you wish your team could be involved in such a thing like that. Well, now the Eagles are, because this was Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, and these guys are going to play each other a lot more in their career. we are 9-1. We need to enjoy that tonight, okay? There's plenty of time, and I'll even bring up some things I don't like. But negative, nah. We need to be positive. We are in the golden years of Eagles football. We are. Died it would. Wow. I felt like this game was like early on, we came out, we looked sloppy, we looked a little out of it. Defense is allowing big yards on the field. And yeah, it almost felt like, hey, what, do the Eagles have something in their head about beating this team? Is it like they haven't, do they believe that they can beat this team? And you know, it was frustrating. I thought DeAndre Swift came out and he looked great early on, scores a touchdown, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, DeAndre Swift looks like he's getting in a groove. He's about to roll. He's about to go. And then what happens? We go into the second quarter, and for whatever reason, the Eagles don't use DeAndre Swift in the second quarter. And I think this is a mistake because every time he seems like he's getting in a groove, you then keep him out a whole quarter. He gets cold. Then he comes back in and works his way back in the third quarter. But it takes him like a whole half quarter to get going again. I don't care if they want to use Scott and Gainwell. But I don't understand why you have to go whole entire quarters with it. You know what I mean? Like, I could see it one series. Or maybe like you move guys in and out during a series. But whole quarters, I think that's bad. But DeAndre Swift, what a great game. What a great running back. The Eagles need to start finding ways to use him. And I like that they used him out of the backfield. Kept hitting him out of the backfield. That play seemed to work for the Eagles. They need to keep doing it. You know, the Eagles, I thought, like I said, I thought the defense in the first half, run defense wasn't good. I thought the offense looked flat. And, you know, you go into the half and you're down 10. Now, the Eagles were up 10 in the Super Bowl. Now, they were down 10. And you're thinking, look, we know all week, all we heard about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has never lost a home game in November. And I believed. I did not quit on this team the whole game. I said, they're going to win this game. They're going to win this game. I just felt like they just needed to get going. They needed something to get them going. And then we got in that third quarter. And then Kansas City's moving down the field. They're looking like they're getting ready to score. And then all of a sudden, Travis Kelce, the lights go out on him. He has the ball. And he's running. And Morrow said, hey, bitch. And he punch the ball. And the ball goes out. He fumbles. He gets up. He starts crying for his girl. Where's Taylor Swift? Where's Taylor Swift? The hell with her. The hell with her. And you know what? Travis Kelce didn't have a good game because his girl wasn't there. You know, he's so flammated in love. Oh, I love you. He's screwing up. But he fumbled that ball. When he fumbled that ball, I'm thinking to myself, all right, here we go. That's what we needed. Here's the energy, the lift we needed. First down. I forget what it was. Oh, wide receiver screen to Devontae Smith almost got blown up. Very next play, another wide receiver screen to Julio Jones. What the hell's going on there? You got DeAndre Swift. Third down, I don't even remember what they did. They're gonna run the ball or something. It was bad. And I'm going, oh God, here we go again. Here we go again. And we punt, and the defense comes up and makes another stop. And the Eagles get the ball back. And at that point, Jalen Hurts said, enough of this crap. I'm done with it. Enough of this. I'm going to do what franchise quarterbacks do. What the Dallas Cowboys dream Dak Prescott could do. I am going to put this team on my back, and I am going to go down and get us the lead in this game. And Jalen Hurts went down there, and that's exactly what he did. Firing a great pass to Devontae Smith, who makes a great catch, setting up the brotherly shove with the go-ahead touchdown. And that was big time, okay? Big time. Jalen Hurts right now has to be the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. He should be the MVP. He just went into Kansas City and beat Patrick Mahomes. He's the MVP. And there's another game in where Jalen Hurts is behind and he comes back and he wins. Okay? This kid is unbelievable. He's just a flat-out winner and he flat-out wins. And even if he doesn't have great stats, which he didn't have great stats, he doesn't matter. When the fourth quarter gets there, he gets better. When the game's on the line, he gets better. He is a frigging winner. And I just got to say it. I love the kid. And you know what's so funny? Right now, we have ruined, I love it, we have ruined millions upon millions, the millions and millions of Cowboy fans. They are devastated. They can try to talk themselves into it, but they really thought the Eagles would lose tonight. They thought this was guaranteed. And then the Eagles would lose, and then Thanksgiving would come, and they'll go in and beat Washington, and then they'll, for a couple of days, have the same amount of wins as us, and they'll feel great about themselves. Well, guess what? All your dreams have just gone down the... You played the Panthers. You had an easy Panthers game, an easy Giants game. You had these games that you thought you were going to gain ground on us. You didn't gain nothing. You gained nothing. Nothing. All right? And now, the Eagles are 9-1. 9 and mother humping 1. You know, people can say what they want. You can sit there and say, you know, the Kansas City didn't do this, or they did this, or that, or this. You know, the Eagles didn't play that good. I mean, let's be honest. The Eagles didn't play their best football. They didn't play great football. They just didn't. That's true. However, they win again. They find ways to win. And that has to be celebrated. That's not because teams just happen to find ways to lose. No. You don't go 28 straight weeks being in first place if you're not good. This team is good. This team is going back to Super Bowl. And I do think we're going to wind up playing Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I do. Unless they don't get the number 1 seed, I think we will. Could be Baltimore too, but man, Jalen Hurts, wow, what a great game. Taylor Swift, he's all fumbling because Taylor Swift's not there. Who gives a shit about her? She stinks. But in all seriousness, what a game! What a game! Look at me, I'm like. I just can't stop smiling. I literally, I can't stop smiling. This is like, I used to dream. Like, I wanted to be the 9-1 team every year. I wanted to be playing on Monday Night Football against the best quarterback, other best quarterback in the league. Well, my guy is one of those guys. It's finally here. This is a golden era of football. We got to enjoy it. We got to get better. We got to fix some things. No doubt. There are plenty of days left. We'll talk about Brian Johnson. We'll talk about certain struggles. We'll talk about the play calling. We'll talk about how they use certain players. We'll talk about Sirianni. We'll talk about all of it. But tonight I'm enjoying this win. Tonight is a night to celebrate. And Sean Desai, shout out to him. I have no issues with Sean Desai, okay? Even though I wish they blitzed more and stuff. Sean Desai, they were able to shut out the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half. You'll hear no complaints from me about Sean Desai. Just unbelievable. And I will do my best to get this video out. It's going to be out late. Nothing I can do. It's like midnight right now on the West Coast. So you guys might have this going to work and stuff. Me, I'm off all week. I don't have nowhere to go, nothing to do. I'm off. I don't have to get up early and go to work. I'm off. And I'm going to enjoy it. I am going to enjoy it. I'm going to take it kind of late on Tuesday, on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to stream the Cowboys game on Thursday. I think with the Eagles winning, it's not as big of a deal. So we'll see. I'll just leave it open. But... I love Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is a stud. And let me tell you, Devontae Smith got 200 yards tonight. He was open so much, and they just missed him. You know, they really got hung up on those bubble screens. I don't know why. I don't know what they saw or what they were thinking. Sometimes I feel like this. Sometimes I feel like some of these coaches, and Nick Sirianni is one of them, where they're so into their chart and their plan and analytics and things like that, that they almost they almost ignore or lose the feel of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially early on in the first and the second. And then it seems like once you get into the fourth quarter, they go back to more of a feel of what works, what doesn't, what they need to do. And when they do that, they start rolling. When, like, to me, sometimes I feel like they handcuffed Jalen Hurts with some of the throws of bubble screens and stuff instead of letting him go back and throw like he did when he hit Devontae Smith. Matter of fact, they said that he audibled onto that play with Devontae Smith that put them in position to score. I think you got to let Jalen Hurts be Jalen Hurts. That's what I think. And sometimes I just wish these coaches would have a better feel. Like early on, I could feel that DeAndre Swift was going to have a big game, that he was ready to go. I wish they would have fed him more. He could have had 200 yards if they would have used him right. You know, but at the end of the day, they do just enough to adjust, to win. And then Jalen Hurts, I'm telling you, he's just a flat-out winner. And he puts the team on his back. All right? That fourth quarter, Jalen Hurts willed his team down that field to put them in a position to take the lead. That's Jalen Hurts, man. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got ourselves a legit MVP franchise quarterback. He's now done it 2 years in a row, and that's it. It's the way it is. Right now, he is the leading MVP candidate. There's no question about it. You know, I thought the run defense, too, in the first half was just awful. And, you know, I saw Jordan Davis getting double-teamed. He was getting pushed. At one time, I saw him. He's getting double-teamed, pause, and the running back's going through, and he gets a hand around Pacheco. And as he's getting a hand, one of the offensive linemen tackles him. They literally tackle him. And they don't call nothing. It was crazy. It was crazy. Reddick, he was held all night. All night. I'm not going to say the Eagles didn't commit penalties and they didn't get away with it. Of course, it works both ways. It does. But it gets frustrating. See, here's what I like. If you're going to be reffing a game, don't not call certain things in the first half. And then in the second half, you decide to start calling them. They were letting these guys play, not calling pass interference. And then in the second half, all of a sudden, they start to decide calling it, and they go after Slay. I don't like when they do that. Keep it one way. You know, that's what I think. Well, you see those people got their Christmas lights up. I don't feel so bad not getting mine up yet because I'm usually embarrassed to put mine up before Black Friday, but why not? I'll be putting mine up on Black Friday. I love this time of year. I love this time of year. It's cold outside. It feels like a holiday week with Thanksgiving. You know, although my kids get the whole week off now. When I grew up, we had to go to school on Monday and Tuesday. And then you would get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off on Thanksgiving. They literally get off the whole week. But they're all whacked out on Christmas time. They give it to them real late. So, like, the holiday buds right up to Christmas Eve, which absolutely sucks. And, you know, when I grew up, you got the week before Christmas off, and then you got the week, and you got New Year's off, and then you went to school like the 3rd or the 4th or something like that. They don't get off. They get off to like the 11th of January. Dumb. Stupid. See, I think what I said to do the other day, and I think the Eagles did it, was when Travis Kelce's on the field, if I'm the Eagles, I'm gonna be like, "Where's Taylor Swift? Oh, she's in Brazil. She's with the long jockey in in Brazil, huh? Oh, she's with the gardener. You know why they call him a gardener? He cleans piping. You know what I'm saying? I would be saying so much shit to Travis Kelce on the field that it would get into his head. He would start dropping the balls, start fumbling. I would say it, you know what I mean? Oh, you fumbled that ball, huh? Well, guess what? Taylor Swift is fumbling these nuts in Brazil right now. Like, whatever I could do to get on his nerves, I would have done it. I bet you the Eagles did it. I bet you. I would have. Why not? Get under his skin, because he fumbled. He dropped some balls. I mean, it was pretty bad. I think he was a little messed up. His girl wasn't there. And I could care less about her. I'm glad we didn't have to see it. I'm also glad, you know, I didn't have to see her father. Her father was supposed to be an Eagle fan. Now he's wearing Chiefs gear. I don't do that. I would never do that. I'm telling you right now, my kids come home with a football player, let's say, I won't say Dallas because that would be a problem, but let's say, I don't know, my daughter grows up and she's dating I don't know, I'm trying to think of a team that wouldn't kill her. Yeah, let's say Kansas City Chiefs, right? You date a Kansas City Chief. I'd be like, yeah, that's great. I'm glad, you know, he's a Chief. Good luck to him when he plays. And then she's like, oh, well, he's playing the Eagles. I'd be like, well, then fuck that guy. I hope he gets legless in this game. We're going to crush his ass. I would never, ever, ever, ever change my allegiance. I would still be an Eagle fan. I would root for him when he, you know, they ain't playing Eagles, but when they're playing Eagles, he's got to go. He's got to go. That's how I would be. I don't care. Man, I'm so glad we beat Andy Reid. I'm so tired of losing Andy Reid. Pacheco's just run all over. Pacheco's a good player. He's frustrating, but he's a great player. Great player. And the only reason he's frustrating is because he's doing great against us. But the Eagles did much better job in the second half against the run. It was a hell of a game. And Josh Sweat, man, with that sack at the end that caused the intentional grounding, that was a big play because it was a loss of down. That put them in 4th and 25. And he still threw a perfect pass to the guy. Guy just dropped it. And then Scantling on the bomb. I'm like, when I saw that come in, like, he's running wide open. I'm going, oh my gosh. And you saw the ball was going to his hands perfect. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no. And then he dropped it. I was like, oh, phew. You know, and that really turns out to be the play that they missed. And that's the game. And you know what? Hey, the team that makes the plays wins the games. And the Eagles made a play. Devontae Smith caught his bomb when he needed to. Scantling didn't. And the Eagles win. And the Chiefs, let me tell you, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I don't like the Chiefs being the Super Bowl. I respect the Chiefs. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a great quarterback. I like him. I like Andy Reid. I mean, I like those guys. But, you know, when you play the Eagles, you got to go down. You got to go. All right? Now, we have the best record in the league. And the biggest threat that we have, I'll tell you what it is. Well, I don't think anybody's a threat. Let me be clear. I don't think anybody's going to catch us. But if you had to say, well, pick one team that, you know, you got to keep an eye on, the Detroit Lions. Detroit. Whether you think they're better than San Francisco or not, it doesn't really matter. They have an easy schedule and you're not playing them. Okay? That's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. So, Detroit, they got an easy schedule, you're not playing them. We got to play San Francisco still, right? So, let's say you beat Buffalo, right, and you go to 10-1 at San Francisco and they win their game. They still got 3 losses, right? So we have 1 loss, they have 3 losses going into that game. You beat the 49ers, they now have 4 losses, and you would have 11 wins, okay? That means that you only have to win 1 game out of the next 3 to beat the 49ers in a tiebreaker. Because you play the 49ers, let's say you win, then you have 3 games left, right? You have Seattle, you have Dallas, you have Seattle. You have to get to 12 wins. 12 wins, you'll beat the 49ers a tiebreaker, because the best they could do at that point is 13-4. So you have to get to 13 wins. So you would only need 3 more wins after you beat the 49ers which would make you, what, 11 and, well, 13, 11. No, you'd only need 2 more wins. Yeah, you beat the 49ers. You would only need 2 more wins to beat them in a tiebreaker situation, okay? Because they would have 4 losses. You would have 11 wins, and all you would need to do is to get to 13, and you would beat them in a tiebreaker. Now, I think the Eagles are going to beat Buffalo. I think they're going to beat the 49ers, and I think they're going to beat Dallas. And then after that, we'll see where they're at. They might have clinched the division with that in that Dallas game. See, the Cowboys fans blew it. They thought they were going to get the Giants on our bye week, and that gives them a half. And then we're going to lose to the Chiefs, and they're going to beat the Panthers. And then that pulls them into 1 game behind us, and then we get to play them still. And they play on Thanksgiving, which would give them 8 wins also. And we would be sitting at 8-2, and they would be 8-3 with us playing Buffalo. They thought it was going to be like that. It's not. It's not. It got totally ruined. Totally ruined for the Cowboys. Their whole Thanksgiving is ruined. And I love it. And Detroit and 49ers. They were all counting on us losing. And here's my thing. If you don't lose to the Chiefs and you beat the Chiefs, you could beat the Bills. You could beat the Chiefs. You could beat the 49ers. There's nobody on this schedule the Eagles can't beat. They should win every game. They should win every game until they start sitting guys. That's the truth. I told my wife, I said, I eat work tomorrow, I'm up late. She goes, I know, I don't have to work either. But I said, you know what that means? This body was made to give you pleasure. Let's go make some babies. I want to make triplets. I'm going to name them too. I'm going to name them Devontae, Jalen, and who else should we name? DeAndre. That's it. You know, and if they're a girl, I'll name them Swift. DeAndre Swift. Gonna make them babies. Gonna make them babies. See, I'm Italian. We have extremely high, potent sperm. We do. We have extremely high, potent sperm. Why do you think Catholics, especially in Italy, why do you think they always have like 5, 6 kids? You know what I mean? Why? I come from a family, a big family, right? I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Why? Because my dad's Italian. He's potent. I got it from him. I'm potent, right? They come from your loins, and it can't be stopped. It's got to be done. I told my wife, after tonight, we're going to need a bigger home. You know what I mean? We have very high sperm count, us Italians. That's right. Now, I just, this game was a hell of a game. You think about it for real. The Eagles and the Chiefs, Super Bowl, classic game. This game, I think this game lived up to the hype. I do. This was a great game. It was nail-biter. 2 really good teams. These are the best. No disrespect to Baltimore, but these are the best 2 of the top 3 teams. I think Baltimore's up there too. And I'm not going to disrespect them. But the Eagles, Chiefs, and I think going into Kansas City is one of the hardest places to play. And to see what Jalen Hurts that's a great thing about Jalen Hurts. Like, you know, you could struggle. You could have a bad game. You're maybe not having stats. Maybe things aren't going the way you want. But he's strong enough willed. He's strong enough up here. Okay? That he says, all right, enough's enough. It's 4th quarter. It's the 4th quarter. We are going to go win. And he does it. He goes out there and win. Listen, a lot of players do not have that, okay? A lot of players don't. The ones that do have that, they win multiple Super Bowls. They do. And I think Jalen Hurts has that. I do. And I think that the Eagles are in the golden era of football for them. This is our golden era. And it's just getting started. And it's not going to get any worse. We're only going to get better. We beat a good team today. We beat a good team with the best quarterback in the league. I mean, you just can't. you know, I have to give Mahomes his credit. I do. Mahomes won 2 Super Bowls. He's won what? How many MVPs? The guy's a great player. I mean, there's a throw he made today. All right. It was what, 3rd and 15 or something? And they blitz and blanket coming, and he had no time, and he threw this ball to a spot. I can't believe he made that throw. Unbelievable. There was a couple other throws he made the guys just dropped. Not our fault. You let guys like Tyreek Hill go. Not our fault at all. You know Kansas City. You know Andy Reid at Kansas City in the offseason will either go sign a big-name wide receiver or they're going to draft a bunch of speed guys. I have no doubt about it. But I think, I mean, my Super Bowl prediction going into the season was Eagles-Chiefs. I really think we're going to see them one more time, most likely. The only team that I think in the AFC that could beat them is Baltimore. As far as our Eagles go, we didn't play our best football, and we still won. I think we'll be much better against Buffalo next week. Kelly Green, and I don't sweat Buffalo nearly like he did early season. I think they're struggling. I don't think they're that great on the road, and I think the Eagles will take it to them, and that should get us to 10-1. You know, now when you look at like Thanksgiving, if you look at Thanksgiving, and the only reason I was thinking about streaming, and if I do, I might, is that the 3 teams that you're keeping an eye on in the NFC. The Lions, the 49ers, and the Cowboys, in that order. You know, they all play on Thanksgiving. Now, Detroit usually wins Thanksgiving. I expect them to win. The 49ers, Seattle, it really depends. That's a division matchup. Unlike Cowboy fans, I think, here's Cowboy fans' logic. We beat the Giants, and the Giants beat Washington, so therefore we will crush Washington. It does not work like that in divisions. I don't know what's wrong with these people. It doesn't work that way. The Eagles always beat the crap out of the Giants. The Giants always beat Washington. Washington always gives us a hard time. It's just the way it is. Division. So that game may not be easy for the Niners. And then when you look at Dallas, Washington coming off loss. Washington's going to beat Dallas. I think they're going to beat Dallas on Thanksgiving. I think Dallas has got big trouble coming. They got big, tough games coming on the road. They're not good on the road, and they're not good against against teams over 500. They're in trouble. So I think Washington wins. I think Detroit wins. And then I think, you know, I'm not sure about the 49ers game. Of course, I will be betting all of it. I might stream the Cowboys game. I might not. But those games all matter to the Eagles. They all affect the Eagles. So we have to watch it. If you guys are still watching this, 32 minutes in, shout out to you. Put a football or put a football emoji in the chat so I know you guys are still watching. I like to see who actually stays and watches. You know, and I appreciate it. And like I said, listen, Eagle fans, we are the opposite of Cowboy fans. We aren't afraid to call our players out, call our coaches out when something we don't like. And there's plenty of time for that. But listen, to go and beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City in November, when Patrick Mahomes never lost at home in November, I think you got to stop and smell the roses and say, you know what, we're 9-1, and tonight for the next 2, I think Eagle fans, from now until Thanksgiving, I think for the next 3 days, I think we should enjoy this. I think by Friday, Saturday, I think it's okay to start talking about all the negative things. Now, that's just me. Everybody has a right to do what they want. But I think we got to enjoy 9-1. I think we got to just say, yeah, look, we got problems. There's not, I don't think we're going to get to the point where we're winning 42-3. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think we're going to always be in battles, but we're battle tested. We know what it's like to be in a tight game and come away with a win. That's important in the playoffs. It's very important, you know? So we got to enjoy it. And I'm definitely going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm about to go make babies and have some eggnog, yo. With that said, Eagles 9-1. Couldn't ask for anything better. I probably forgot to say something here or there. That I apologize. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Oh, you're still here? I didn't know. That's cool. Cool. Come hang out. Just finishing up the stogie. You hear that noise? Why does it sound like people are cutting grass? It's midnight. It sounds like somebody's weed whacking. Pause. They're whacking their weed. Doesn't it sound like that? Crazy. No UFOs in the sky. Listen, I swear to you, that's an edge trimmer. Somebody's doing their yard. What else would it be? No UFOs tonight. It's been kind of quiet. If you've seen anything while I was doing this video, let me know. You know, it's funny. I say we ruined the Cowboys Thanksgiving. We really did. Did you guys see Mark Holmes' video today, this morning? Everything's starting to go right for the Cowboys as Eagles take on Chiefs. He thought we were going to lose. They all thought we were going to lose, and then they would go and have an easy win Thursday. We ruined their Thanksgivings, because I don't care if Cowboy fan, Lion fan, anybody fan, if any fan out there is honest, the team that was most likely to beat the Eagles were the Chiefs in Kansas City. Now, the message is sent. No matter what anybody says, the message is sent. If the Eagles can go to Kansas City and win, they can beat anybody on their schedule. And now they're all realizing the Eagles are that good, and they are for real. It's a beautiful thing. With that said, Denzel Washington, out. Somebody's mowing their yard. On. What the hell? What can that be? What else would it be? I'm going to find out who it is and make them do my yard. I don't care. It's midnight. Shit, it's going out. I got to get my lighter. Denzel Washington out.